It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Nestle. Love to cook. Cook with love.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Espresso only on SABC3. Stepping into the kitchen for the very last time. It's all about stew in the Espresso kitchen, and Zola is putting her best foot forward this morning.
Yes.
How are you, girl?
Hello.
You well?
Good.
Yeah, no reply? It's like leave me hanging?
Oh, sorry. Hi, Ewan. How
No,
are you?
thank you. Good. So we're making a beef and mushroom stew with dumplings, okay? But this is a
Yes, we
stew
are.
with a difference.
It is a stew with a difference. We're adding some low-fat evaporated milk to it. Add a bit of creaminess, a bit of richness.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Sounds great. So
we start?
let's start. But while we start, some nutritional information if you're interested. This whole dish, 1,378.5 kilojoules per serving of stew and dumplings, which is great. 2.5 teaspoons of total fat yield for the dish. That's very little.
That is very little.
Very little.
Very little.
And the total dish contains 22% calcium. It's good for them bones.
Good for them bones.
Good for them bones.
So what I've done first is dusted the meat in flour. So this is just stewing beef. Then browned it and taken it out, okay? Then we add the onions. We add carrots.
Now earlier we made another stew with Jules and she said that the carrots absorb flavor.
They do. But then you eat them and you get that flavor.
And that's great. Well, obviously eat them, yeah.
That was mushrooms gone in there, thyme, fresh thyme. That's
All
a
right.
bay leaf. So just stir that around a little bit.
There
Get
we go.
everything used to each other and sort of mingling nicely. Then we're going to add some tomato paste. So you do that.
Okay.
Okay.
So tell me, is stew with dumplings quite common or not really? Because I don't know.
For us it is. I mean, my mom used to make it when I was younger. It's still one of my favorite things to eat.
Okay.
It just means that you don't need to add an extra starch. So you know how you
Oh, I
have stew
see.
with mashed potato or stew with pap?
Yes.
If you have the dumplings in there, it's all encased in one. And the dumplings absorb the flavor of the stew, so it's really nice.
Well, this is coming together very
once
nicely.
the tomato paste has gone in, we add some tinned tomatoes, so that can go in.
Perfect. The whole thing, eh?
The whole thing. That's a whole tin of chopped tomatoes
There we go.
in there. And then a bit of beef stock for some moisture. And I'm going to
Perfect.
season it with a bit of salt. Okay.
Okay. Oh,
So beef stock, and then we're going to add, yeah, I'll get that in there for you.
thank you.
Beef stock in there. And then, of course, our evaporated milk.
This is interesting.
It is, hey? Look, it adds
Yeah.
like a lovely
Ooh,
creaminess.
creaminess to
Okay,
it.
so that you leave to simmer for a bit, and then once it's sort of started rapidly simmering, you're going to add the meat back in there.
Okay.
And the reason why we dusted it in flour is so that it'll thicken the stew.
Perfect.
Okay,
Now-
so pop that in there and onto the
Yeah.
dumplings.
Now, if you would like to know how to make this beef and mushroom stew with dumplings, SMS the keyword Nestle to 33728. That's Nestle to 33728. We'll send you the shopping list and also add that link to the recipe. And you'll stand a chance to win yourself a Nestle hamper worth 500 Rand.
Oh, yes.
Fantastic
Oh, yes.
stuff. Okay, SMSs do cost 1.50 Rand. Just keep that in mind. So now for the dumplings. You've got some
so
flour
I'm
and some butter.
Self-raising flour
Okay.
to make them all fluffy, and then a bit of salt, of course, for some flavor.
Perfect.
Pop,
Can I
pop
do
that meat in there,
Yeah, I
excuse
can
me,
see
yeah?
the meat, eh?
Yes.
Perfect.
So you can rub in the butter with your flour, with your fingers. I just don't feel like getting too messy right now.
That's it.
Okay. Then we add our egg. This is just one egg, roughly beaten.
All right.
So add that in. And depending on the type of weather, this is some parsley, just some chopped parsley. You can use any fresh chopped herbs that you have in your fridge.
Ooh, nice.
And depending on the weather, of course, flour absorbs a different amount of liquid every time. So you
Yes.
want to go slow with the milk
Okay,
until you
so-
get a soft
Yeah,
dumpling
like a doughy
texture.
consistency there.
Exactly.
Tell me quickly, when it comes to the stew, do you
Yes.
cover it? Do you put the lid on? Do you leave it like that?
Yes, so after this stage, you want to put the lid on and let it simmer
Yes.
very gently for about an hour, just until the meat is very tender and the vegetables are cooked.
Yes.
You can put it in the oven and cook in the oven, 160
Okay.
degrees.
You can do that as
It'll
well.
just take a little longer because obviously
Right.
the oven will be a
I'm
bit
gonna pop the lid
slower.
on this guy.
And then once your stew is ready, so the meat is very soft, then you put your dumplings on top. So as soon as I've done
Alright.
this, I'm going to roll them into little balls and then pop them on top of the stew, put the lid back on again,
Okay.
and then
And
let
that's
the
your...
dumplings cook for 15 minutes, and then you've got a delicious dinner.
Oh, this is going to be, well, it's going to be a delicious breakfast for all of us
Yes,
this
it
morning.
is. Yes,
You
it
can
is.
log on to our Espresso Facebook page at the Espresso Morning Show, SABC3, for all the details on how to make this beef and mushroom stew perfect for those cold winter evening or even cold winter mornings.
here we go.
Right. So,
These are our dumplings.
So that's it. That's all you
So
want.
make them this size because they expand in the
Okay.
stew.
All right.
You just pop them in there. Shall
You
I
want to pop
one
it in? Let's see.
Yeah, pop one
So
in.
you just pop it on top, all
Pop
around.
them all on top. Leave a bit of gap between them just because they expand a little, and that's it.
Perfect. Easy as that. If you want to know exactly how we made this one last time, here we go. Seasoned flour, then used to coat beef. Brown beef in hot oil, then set aside. To the pot, add onions, carrot, bay leaf, thyme, thyme and mushrooms, then saute until browned. Add tomato paste, tomatoes and evaporated milk and stock, then simmer. Add beef, cover and simmer until meat is tender. Mix flour and salt, then rub in butter. Mix in herbs, egg and milk to form a dough. Place dumplings onto stew, then cover and cook for 15 minutes. For the full recipe, visit the Espresso Morning Show Facebook page or log on to www.expressoshow.com. SMS the keyword Nestle to 33728 to receive the shopping list on your phone. Click on the link provided to view the recipe on our Mobi site. SMSs cost R1.50, no free SMSs, T's and C's apply. That keyword once again, Nestle to 33728. Nestle to 33728 will send you all of the information that you need to make this beef and mushroom stew with dumplings, and you'll automatically be entered into the draw to win yourself a Nestle hamper with 500 Rand.
Look how hearty that looks.
Oh, wow. When it came out of the oven, Zola's like, stew in your face. Stew in your face. Exactly, that's what it is. Perfect, like I said, for those cold winter evenings. Thank you so much.
Pleasure,
Zola.
always.
So
Always.
there's only one thing left to say, I guess, while we go over to the rest of the guys.
What?
Stew for everyone.
Yay!
Stew for everyone for breakfast.